Hey, welcome to Life in the God Lane, and these are some power verses for the day for Saturday, July 30th, 2022. And I'm going to tangle with a subject that we really need a dose of, our world does, and I call it false wisdom. False wisdom, it's from James 3, verses 13 through 15. I hope you'll subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified every time I put one of these out. Give me thumbs up, make comments, share the video with someone else. Do everything you can to help me get this out to as many people as I can. This is a place where I just teach the Bible. We live in a time that is deeply in need of wisdom. There is a trap that we need to be aware of, and that is the trap of what I'm going to call false wisdom. At James 3:13 and stay there. We're going to look at verses 14 and 15 before we're done. Verse 13, who among you is wise and understanding? Let him show by his good behavior his deeds in the gentleness of wisdom. The person with true wisdom shows that wisdom in his behavior. He shows that wisdom and understanding in deeds that are gentle and that demonstrate that wisdom. But there is a false wisdom. Look at James 3:14, the next verse. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your heart, do not be arrogant and so lie against the truth. That verse starts with kind of a common little word. It's the word but, meaning that what follows is in contrast to what was just said. What follows is in contrast to what was just said. That's important. This is talking about false wisdom. He's talking about real wisdom. Now he's talking about false wisdom. False wisdom always looks good to the world. Oh, it sounds so good. Sounds right. It may sound or seem to be wise and good to the world. But if this worldly wisdom is filled with bitter jealousy and selfish ambition that flows from the heart, it can be arrogant and lie against the truth. In other words, it can be all bad, even though it sounds good to the world. False wisdom lies against the truth and is bitterly jealous, and it is selfishly ambitious. That's the nature of false wisdom. Look at James 3, verse 15, the next verse. This wisdom is not that which comes down from above, but is earthly, natural, demonic. Okay? Folks, this gets at the problems we're having in the world today. False wisdom is described here. First, it does not come from God, who is above in heaven. It doesn't come from above. Comes from another place. It does come from the earth. It comes from creation, not the creator. That's where false wisdom comes from. False wisdom is natural as opposed to supernatural. It is demonic. Listen to that. It is demonic. False wisdom is demonic as opposed to godly. We know false wisdom's character and we know its sources. It is bitterly jealous. It is filled with selfish ambition. It is arrogant and it lies against the truth. It's always opposed to the truth. Why? It comes from Satan. He's opposed to the truth. False wisdom is not from God, is from the earth, is natural, is demonic, means it comes from the devil and his demons. So why is our world so out of whack? With people stealing from each other, killing each other, destroying each other, going to war against each other, lying to each other, on and on and on it goes. And how could we possibly think that killing a baby in the womb is good? How could we possibly think that? False wisdom. False wisdom. Answer? You folks, there's not a lot I can do about everybody else except pray. But I can start with myself, okay? James 1:5 puts it this way, but if anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives to all men generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him. Start asking God for wisdom for yourself. At the end of the day, it always starts with me. What am I doing? I can't always control everybody else, but I need wisdom. Let it start with me. Let it start with us. We need to seek God's wisdom and then pass it around. That's why I teach this YouTube channel. Seek God's wisdom. I'll talk to you tomorrow.